Hi there and welcome to my channel, JoRose@JoRose.com, here with the numerology for July 2018. Quick recap, 2018 adds to an 11. 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 8 equals 11. We would write this as 11/2. So the energy for 2018 is all about transformation, awakening, spiritual adjustment and magical manifestation. Now, what is it that we really want and what is coming up for us? We're halfway through this year and we've still got 6 months to go, and we've come to July, which is perfect for the energy that we have. July is a 7. When we add 7 to 11, it equals 18. 1 plus 8 is 9. So this month is a 9 energy, and it's about completion, conclusion, release, letting go, endings, and so forth. So halfway through the year, what is it that you're not letting go of? What is it that's holding you back? And it could be behaviours, it could be relationships, it could be people. People are relationships, it could be your job, it could be your health. It's time to release and dive deep and let go of these things. Look at these 6 months. Could you have been somewhere else if you had stopped harbouring deep down emotion, trauma, limiting beliefs? Are you working on a relationship that is no longer there? Has it fizzled out, but you're doing your best to hold on to it? We can't hold on to anything. Nothing is ours except for our soul and our soul's journey, and that's really where we should be focusing on a daily basis. I'm tired of it all about being about everybody else. It's not. It's about you. Seriously, you know my motto, it's your life, LYFE, love yourself first every day. By loving yourself first every day, you shine bigger, bolder, brighter and better, and then you attract and you serve in a way that's in alignment with you. So if you haven't released on things that you need to release on, this July is a perfect time. If your personal year is a 9, it's all going to be, I'm not going to say easier, but you're more expectant of some of the endings. However, if your personal year is not a 9 and your personal month is not a 9, then you won't be expecting this to happen. The universe runs on its energy, and we run on our energy on top of the universe energy. As I've explained before, universe energy, we could be running with the universe energy, we could be running this way, or we could have a hole in our raft running this way. It depends how the energy is. So I'm going to actually, in this particular video, give a brief on the numbers, how this energy can help you this month. So the 9, as I've explained, is all about completion. What is it that needs to be finished? It may not be things that you want to be finished if it's not your personal year or personal month. It will be things that the universe has said, unconsciously or indirectly, you've been asking to be able to move forward. At the same time, you're still holding on to something, and really it's time to complete. So if you're signing a contract, if you're completing a book, a project, any of those things, it's time to complete. It's also about conclusion, you know, coming to a point and making a conclusion. What brought me to this point? When we understand this and we understand where our soul's going, by understanding the conclusion, we can move forward more aligned to our own destiny. Release all your limiting behaviours and beliefs. Release all your relationships. Let go. As I said, you can't hold on to anything. And I come from my own experience, and my eldest son left my house a number of years ago on not the best way of leaving, and I had to learn to let go until he was ready to come back. And as a mother to my cubs, that was heart-wrenching and heartbreaking, and I really didn't have support around me to get through that. However, using my numerology, aligning myself to my numbers and my spiritual being, I was able to come through it. And now I'd like to say that the last few times that my son, eldest son, and I have interacted, it's been wonderful. So I'm really pleased that I let go and let him come back on his own terms. Endings. Now, we often look at endings as not a nice thing. But without endings, we can't have new beginnings. Winter is an ending, and we have the winter for everything to die back and to fall asleep so that it can re-energize, ready for spring, ready for new beginnings. And so what will follow this 9-month will be a 1 of new beginnings. The more we clear out in the 9, the more space we have in the 1. The next one I want to share is let it be. And I don't know if you like to watch the carpool karaoke. The recent one with James and Paul McCartney was amazing. And he took us down memory lane and shared how the song Let It Be come to him. It come to him in a dream from his mother. And it really, she was telling him when he was worried about how he was going to move forward or be successful or whatever. And she just said, let it be. When you let it be, you are really running with the energy. And we can't fight the waves, we can't fight the tidal zone. Well, we do, but it takes so much effort and energy. I'm saying, let it go, let it be. What's meant to be will be, and what is there to release will happen. So with all this letting go, there's one thing that springs to mind that I really want to bring your attention to, and that's forgiveness. Now, many people may have ill-wronged us. However, we're responsible for everything that happens to us. And the first person we need to forgive is ourselves. We often find ourselves unable to trust people in new relationships, and we replay our old relationships because of this. We need to forgive. Forgive that the relationship failed. I spoke to a lady yesterday who said that she felt because her marriage had ended that she failed at raising a family. No, she didn't. She raised a family. Who says the family has to stay together forever? We don't fail. But we've been focused on looking at our failings. And so I want you to refocus and look on not your failings, but your successes. Because all failures really are an opportunity to reevaluate, to see what you were there to learn, to see how your soul was here to grow. So the first person you need to forgive is yourself. And then you don't have to physically go and forgive everybody. And forgiveness isn't saying that they were right. It's just saying that you don't wish to hold this energy that's weighing you down. If you can let go half of this stuff this month, take a look at what the scales say at the end of the month. I guarantee you, on releasing, you actually let go of the emotional baggage. And emotional baggage is what's weighing most of us down. If you're like me and you watch what you eat and you eat a well-balanced diet, why does the weight go on? It's emotional baggage. So release it, let it go, forgive yourself, have compassion for yourself. And have compassion for others. This is again the energy of the 9. It's very compassionate, very Mother Teresa. That doesn't mean Mother Teresa wasn't thinking about her own beliefs and means and what she wanted to do. She was focused on what she was doing, but it was about having compassion for other people and that everybody needs love. 9 is the energy of loving everyone and everything. On the positive side. On the negative side, it can become very aggressive and intolerant. And if you find yourself feeling aggressive or intolerant to things, I suggest that you disassociate with yourself and your emotions, and then invite in whatever it is, you and the other person, you and the situation, and invite you both in and look at things from both perspectives, and then chunk up to find what works in the highest and best for you. Because if you're stuck in a job that you really don't enjoy and you're going in, dragging your feet every day, what kind of energy are you taking in? And yet you think it's the wrong time to leave because you're possibly a teacher and your contract hasn't come to an end yet. People are relying on you. You're midstream a contract, but you feel like you're drained and you need to move on. You chunk up until you find a win-win with everything. And life should be a win-win always. It is a win-lose is a lose-lose. It doesn't matter how long it takes for that to come up, but it will become a lose-lose. So look for win-wins. Chunk up until you find out what it is. So really it's in your best interest to leave the job, but the job you feel restricted to, and they'll tell you that you need to finish your contract, you need to do a whole bunch of things. Chunk up again and see, is your energy really helping? And are you blocking the space for someone else to come forward, to step into that role, that is ready for that role? Because they say one man's garbage is another man's treasure. One man's or woman's disliked job is another one's gift. We're just moving through, we're transitioning, and the 9 energy is really about transitioning and transformation. So they're the main energies I want to say, look at. It's really about releasing and being. That's it. It's a being energy. Now, the universe is going to be challenging us to let go of things. It may be things in the system, it could be things in our life, it could be debt comes forward, and you may be forced to clear a debt. You may be forced to have to sell some things to clear a debt. Just go with it. If it's come to the forefront for you to deal with in this month, then it's time to deal with it. And for me, I am at the point where perhaps it's time to clear the mortgage on my house, move on. I'm not sure yet, but that's what I'm going to be looking into over this month. Relationships may suddenly end, or you could be forced for reconciliation. Holding and harbouring grudges is not helping anybody. So if you can't reconcile it, maybe it's time to let it go. It's better to come from a broken home than live in one. That's my motto, and that's one I have used in my life when I come to the end of my marriage. The 9 energy is about doors closing, ready for the next month for doors opening. We can't fill spaces that are over full. We can't open any more doors if we've got too many open. We need to start letting go of things. So I wish you success in letting go of things. And what I want to add to the end of this video is, actually no, I've got a question. This is what I want you to think about. What would you benefit from by saying goodbye to it or them this month? Have a think about it. What would you benefit from? Do you say yes when you could say no, or no when you could say yes? I'm saying here that we're often too busy people pleasing, and this month, stand back and look at, it is a month of service, but you can only serve when you're coming from your inner core, from your heart. And an artist, for example, isn't there to make tea for everyone. They're there to create the most artistic pieces that bring joy to the eye or to the ear, or even to the mouth if they're an artist in cooking. So it's about doing your service. Now, I'm going to add to this video just a little snippet of each of the numbers and the 9 energy. So if you're in a 1 personal month, I want you to look at letting go of control and impatience, and instead become self-aware and observe how your behaviour or your words impact others. If you're in a personal 2 month or personal 2 year, use this 9 energy this month to look at, are you overly codependent as opposed to independent? What about your behaviour? Is it very lazy? I want you to trust your intuition. Codependency comes from not being able to trust and believe and honour who you are. So look at your relationships. And as I say in many of my number 2 videos, let go of loving the other and love us. Loving us is 2 pillars of support working together. Loving us means that the chores are done for us. So let go of what's yours and mine and start coming together as an us. It will make your relationship stronger and more powerful, and allow you to have a place to go to away from your work environment or everything else that's going on in your life. You will have stability and strength. If you're in a 3 personal year or personal month, then let go of disorder, being scattered and superficial, and focus more on speaking your truth. This is a time of emotions, and I want you to really address your emotions, and share without blame. There's a great book, Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus, and in the book there is the love letter and the response letter, and it's well worth writing this. Even if you don't send it and you don't read it to the other person, you will feel better from releasing. And while I'm on that topic, releasing, you can write the words, and then, as in anything that's a 9 energy, we can, it's probably not going to work here. Oh, I wanted to, I think I've run out of gas. But you can write this letter. Has it run out of gas? Look at that. I was practicing with it earlier and it worked. But you can write the letter, release on it, feel better, and then set fire to it and put it in the bonfire. I wanted to do that, but it's not going to work. Nope, it's definitely not going to work. So let's move on to the 4 energy in this 9. So if you're in a 4 personal month or a 4 personal year, let go of having your emotions closed. You will attract so much more loyalty from others, because the 4 is the most loyal energy, but you will attract more loyalty from others if you can open up and show your vulnerability. Let go of being narrow-mindedness and think outside the box. There is so much more. The 4 can be a bit too rigid, and I want you to let go of this rigidity this month or this year. Now, if you're in a 5 personal energy, year or month, in this 9 energy of July, let go of non-commitment or addiction. Yeah, I know they're kind of 2 opposite things, because non-commitment isn't being addicted to anything, and addiction is. That they're the severe opposites, and it's very much a 5 energy. And I want you to start being honest and authentic. We get addicted because somehow we've not opened up or found anyone to open up to us, and we take to an addiction to lose ourselves. We often overindulge in the gym or a sport or an activity to not deal with our marriage. We bury ourselves in our work to not deal with our health. We're full of excuses, and I'm saying in this time, let go of being non-committed to you, and let go of anything you're addicted to that's not serving you. Any addiction's not serving. We need balance. So if you're in a personal year 6 or a personal month 6 in this 9 month, I want you to let go of being an interfering person or martyrdom. Yes, we're either interfering or we play the martyr in the 6 energy. And I want you to balance giving and receiving. We cannot be a true giver until we learn to receive, because we must understand what it's like to receive. I know so many givers, but you cannot give them anything. And then eventually what that does is it pushes the people away and they stop coming forward. So you go and find other people to give, and eventually you're going to drain yourself. So balance it. Let go of interfering. Do not offer information or help unless you're asked. You'll find you'll have more time on your hands to look after you and not feel such a martyr. The 7 energy, so if it's a personal year 7 or a personal month 7 in this 9 month, then I want you to let go of being defensive and untrusting, mistrusting. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. Let go of being defensive. Often when people question us, and the 7 energy really is about mastery, and we know, we become defensive. So let that go and be open-minded. There is more ways of doing it, and just look at something that you do on a regular basis and YouTube it for a different way to do it. One of my prime things is a cucumber. I used to get my cucumber, chop that in slices, then stack, and then chop into cubes. And then I was at a friend's house and she had the cucumber in her hand and she just chopped down the cucumber like this and then sliced. It was so much quicker, and I wasn't balancing and turning the slices. But we get stuck in doing things. So become more open. There's more ways. We don't know what we don't know. Seriously, we don't know what we don't know. So don't just have a tunnel vision. Become open. Okay, so if you're in an 8 personal year or an 8 personal month, then the 8 energy, I want you to release and let go of being a workaholic or a poverty-minded consciousness, because neither of those are serving you. Workaholics get stuck in their work because they're avoiding something else, or they feel like they've got to get it all at the moment because they've got a poverty mindset. So even the rich have a poverty mindset. They're worried that it's going to run out. It won't run out. The universe provides for us. It will deliver what we need. And I want you to balance it with spiritual and material. So if you want a car, just look at it spiritually as well. Does it need to be the flashiest, all blinging, biggest energy, pollution making vehicle? Or does it just need to get you to A to B? Could it be an electric car? Just weigh up what it is that deals with your spiritual side as well as your physical material side. And last but not least, the 9 energy. So if you're in a personal 9 year and a personal 9 month, I've already explained you will be ready for the release, the completion, the conclusion, the letting go, and so on. But the extra things I want to say is let go of being intolerant and unforgiving. I've explained with forgiveness, it's so important. When we don't forgive, it's like a poison we keep in our body, and it manifests over and over. And there's no point of getting back at someone. It doesn't make any difference. We're not them. We don't know how it's going to feel to them. But all the time we're planning on this, we're giving them our energy, and we don't need to. I want you to accept things as they are in the moment, let go and move on. The 9 energy is really about being and flowing through life, taking no possessions really with us. We don't need it. When our soul leaves this planet, it will leave with nothing but the soul. Even the body will stay behind. So on this note, I want to remind you, what would you benefit from by saying no or goodbye to this month? Please leave a comment below. Please share, like, and subscribe to my video channel. If you've got any questions, write to me. I'd love to connect. It may be about a video that I can put forward and help you understand how living this. The elite live this way. They've lived this way for eons, and the secret societies also use numerology. I want you to understand that Nikola Tesla said, when we understand the numbers, especially the 3, 6 and 9, when we look at the Da Vinci Code of the man, everything about the numbers is energy. And those numbers in that, if you ever look it up, and I might put a link below on this, it's about energy that we can make, that the utility companies can't meter and measure, and therefore they can't make money from it. Is it not time for us to really understand how energy works? Great month for letting go of things in this magical year where you can become more aware, more spiritually connected to your soul and move forward. Until my next video, remember, it's your life. LYFE. Love yourself first every day. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.